hulbot lagi.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Regency Garden. We left off at bed 3 in part 1 of episode 1, so let's jump right into bed number 4. At the edge of this bed is my second Russian mammoth sunflower. Now if you remember, I was testing to see if I can grow these variety in Zone 10A's warmer climate, and so far it looks to be thriving. I also could have a mislabeled seed packet because these are only 2 feet tall unless it's not done growing. It has entered its flowering stage though. Let me know if any of you have any idea if this is a dwarf variety. I'm also growing bush beans, cauliflower, yard-long beans, spinach, bok choy, broccoli, oak leaf lettuce, and scarlet runner beans. I know it sounds like it's a lot, and I definitely think I overcrowded this bed. I forgot to mention that this bed is definitely considered full shade as it only sees sunlight 2 hours a day during fall and winter. I think that that's the reason why the yard-long beans are seeing some powdery mildew despite only being watered at the base. The scarlet runner beans have also displayed a stunted growth and have been at that height for the last 3 months. Like I said, it could also just be so overcrowded. So I have some very valuable lessons learned here in that some plants do not like full shade and they grow best in partial to full sun and definitely in milder temperatures. I sowed these spinach seeds in the fall and hoped that the full shade would be enough for its growth, but it definitely needs more sunlight. So I'm experimenting with my second seedlings and will transplant them in partial shade to see if I can grow them bigger. I'm definitely not going to wait till spring because it will get a lot warmer down here. The cauliflowers here are an early maturing variety called Snow Crown, and they are perfect for warmer conditions, making it a good choice for Zone 10A. When the heads reaches about 7 to 8 inches, they're ready to harvest. The pinkish blush that you see on the cauliflower heads are caused by sun exposure and heat stress, so next time I plant these and the head starts forming, I'll make sure to cover the head. Bed number 5 belongs to my 5-year-old son. He wanted to help out, so he scattered bok choy seeds that I have harvested from my spring crop. I will also make a video of how I grew these from seed to harvest. He also sowed radishes on the other half of the bed. These 2 crops are thriving and in full shade, although the bok choy seedlings will definitely need some thinning. The radishes have been in the soil for a month now and it's almost ready for harvest. I'm looking for signs that the exposed root part is at least an inch in diameter before I start pulling these out. I think that in a couple of weeks we are ready. Watch out for next episode, which will be a full-on harvesting and seed sowing video. Well, we are finally on to the last bed. This bed is also in full shade, and since it is towards the edge of the garden near the fence line, squirrels have been at it and pulled some of the oak leaf lettuce out. These oak leaf lettuce were started in November and has had a slow start. I also think that it's because this bed is in full shade, so it might need a little bit more sun. As another experiment, I started new lettuce seeds in a raised bed with more sun to see if it'll grow faster and bigger. I also started to transplant some of the bok choy seedlings from the other bed to give it space and room to grow, and it should be ready for harvest soon. The cabbages here are thriving in full shade, and they are starting to form cabbage heads. I'm just making sure not to overcrowd this bed because I will need this space for all of my seedlings. That wraps up our very first episode on this garden tour, but I do have a bonus for you. Come and take a look at my first blueberries that are forming. I could not believe that these have pollinated and have developed the very first sign of fruit, which is the green bulb that you see on here. I'm also going to show you my first spring garden beds, which are now planted with sweet potatoes and yard-long beans as well as tatsoi from the early fall. So you see, you can definitely grow a lot with just these 2 raised beds. They are both 4x2, and I have grown and harvested so many vegetables just from this two that I started. They're definitely what gave me the courage to expand and grow a bigger garden. If you're still here, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Regency Garden. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that as I will be publishing the next episode very soon. Thank you again for stopping by and watching, and I really hope to see you next time.